Today is June 9th, 2025. You know, I was thinking last night and it dawned on me. My neighbor Ron has an outside camera. If they trip the motion detector, they have that guy, he doesn't even know it. He has that guy, March 30th, 25, out there bragging how he was part of being in the office with that agent when they were scamming him and all that crazy shit. Oh, what else do they have? The Louisville police pulling in. They tripped it. May 30th, 25, 1 o'clock in the morning. How they are making sure no police department helps me because I thought I turned in the Portage County Sheriff's for being at that hospital. Wasn't the Portage County Sheriff's. It was either Freemasons or the drug cartel. Really need to check credentials. Oh, because the next day investigators showed up out in Alliance. We have a tape of that police department saying they're trying to say that they won't make sure nobody helps her. And they're only pretending to help her because they thought she troubled on that other police department. We have a tape of that. We already called up there. It wasn't them in that hospital. It was either the Freemasons or drug cartel. And she's trying to report people pulling a scam. And they told everybody not to help her because they thought it was a police department. Oh, and we have that lady outside saying that she's trying to trick Dixie and Melissa into saying something to her so she can turn around and arrest them for their involvement. She can go to jail for interfering in an FBI case. Oh yeah, lady, so-called investigator. The FBI is looking to put you in jail for interfering. Where you think you're so big and bad playing with dumb people? You think you're big and bad playing with dumb people, tricking them into doing a crime they normally wouldn't do? Where Dixie's just dumb? Melissa probably needs to go to jail, but that's beside the point. The original investigators let her go, that she was only showing off for Dave's girlfriend at the time. They let her go. Her and her kids, for mean games and pretend. They didn't want to arrest her. They wanted the cartel. But you want to trick him into trying to say something, try to extort money out of the FBI, so you can turn around on them real quick and hit them real hard with charges so they don't know what to do, and she won't be around to help them, and she'll come up with a law that'll stop you. You won't have to play with dumb people because you're pathetic. You're a pathetic excuse for any kind of law enforcement. You have to play with dumb people and trick them into doing crimes because you can't go out and get a real criminal. Oh, you want to play? You want to play, lady? Because I'll tell you what, you want to play with big, bad criminals? Got it, the guts? Those people lied. I threatened them. Had no association to do with them. In 22 years, when the case started, 15. I told you, I went to that. Danny and Jen started down at Blaylock's with me, taking their kids to Sunday school, and they liked it at first. And people started making up stuff on me from that church. So I asked Dave if I could go over to 2 services to see why people were making up stuff. I wanted nothing to do with those people. They pushed my kid to suicide in 2003. I never even want to look at them again. He wasn't just like a one-time thing. He was messed up for over a year. He was in counseling, got down to 118 pounds. He'd pass out while we're out. Do you realize they only almost cost me my son. Do you think I even wanted to look at them? Then they nailed my mom's tires with 3-inch nails and would ruin the tires and sharp objects, so she moved out within a month of staying, and she never came back. My kid was on medication, counseling 3 times a week. Had to get a tutor for school, full-time job with insurance to pay for it. My nice neighbors and new coworkers were nice enough to sit with him because I wasn't allowed to leave him alone for 6 months. He was messed up for over a year in counseling for 2. Do you think I ever wanted to look at him? Huh? Think about this. Never even want to look at them again. To go over there scared me to death. I had nightmares when I got home. Went over there twice. In 2010, then I told you, Dave came home a couple months later, and assaulted me real bad. And I'm crying, why? And he's like, you'll learn to keep your filthy mouth shut. What do you mean, keep my filthy mouth shut? Danny and Jen just left with the kids an hour ago, and I've been watching TV waiting for you to get home. Someone lied to him, and he came home and hurt me extremely bad, and I told you what happened. Then he slowly quit his church. Started going late, or go in and tell me he was sick. Come home, until he finally got enough nerve to quit. See, that's the whole thing. When the case started, I had nothing to do with those people in 15 years, but that 2, this is at that church in 2010, when I was trying to find out why they were making stuff up that would get back to another church. I had no association to them. No contact, no phone numbers, no nothing. I wouldn't talk to those people. And if I had to be polite, if I seen them out, I would. And wanted no dealings. Ever. In that thing where that's the one that her husband makes it up to other women right before the case started. Looked at us at papers. Get on the card. What are they talking about? Dave, you better not be making stuff up to other women. He's like, oh, they must be talking about somebody else. And then they're telling people I threaten him and I have no association. It was their little way to do open adultery behind my back. Well, he's supposed to be at church. See, the apostolic religion, if you commit adultery, they're to excommunicate you. They're to shun you. If the apostolic religion, New Lighthouse, was allowing open adultery among their people, they would be kicked out of the religious group. Get it? See, I told the FBI hotline. They said, how did you find out they're threatening your life? I said, I told them about Sarah and her old her old manager and old co-worker that I knew him for years. The two of them work with her old manager and old co-worker works with Katie, and Sarah works at Zales. And I've known those women for years, and they go up and two of them work with her. And they all go out, and they said when they go out, she's breaking house to her church trying to have me killed. I haven't had anything to do with them in 15 years. I don't even talk to those people. Told you, besides those 2 services I went in to see if somebody come up and say something. Huh? And it gave me nightmares, horrible ones. Just the thought of being in there. And I didn't go back. They pushed my kid to suicide, and he was messed up for a year. Basically ran my mom out of town. I wanted nothing to do with those people. See, I told the hotline I had nothing to do with them. And the only way I found out is they were telling those people in the mall that had been their church trying to kill me with the Thames. Or I wouldn't have known it was them. So where you guys went, when they went in that guy's office where I met with that family in my office and all those church people where they showed up and told them they were illegally monitoring me, they already knew. I had no association with them. And they were lying. I haven't went to that church since '03. I have nothing to do with those people. See what I mean? They already knew they were lying. Now, lady, you're so pathetic. Where they said that out in Alliance, those investigators, that woman thinks she can trick Dixie and Melissa into saying something so she can turn around hard and heavy on them and arrest them. She's going to go to jail for interfering in an FBI case. They're planning on arresting you. I very much suggest you tell them you were just trying to find out who was involved with Dave of hiring those people to hurt me. And there's no endless money, you lied. And you were just trying to find out who's involved. And tell them there's a real FBI case, Melissa. They caught you telling your kids to lie, and your kids taped in a legally bugged house. They made everything up for Dave and his girlfriend. They were games of pretend. John defending her. That nobody could say anything bad about her. Dave even defending her. That she's good to the kids, the grandkids. She never hurt anyone. She's good to everyone. And have everybody else defending her. They even have the kids as pediatrician, that they were never abused, never harmed, and never mistreated. They were well taken care of. So I would suggest, since the police and the FBI already got you taped telling your kids to lie, you're going to go to jail for fraud. They're going to hit you hard and heavy. Better shut up, honey. And Dixie, look at Dixie and tell her, honey, Ohio is a one-party state conversation recording. You can hit record on your phone. They don't need your permission. They give her permission. Stop being stupid. I just wanted your involvement. And I suggest you set those girls straight and leave them alone. Because you're looking at federal prison. And I'll tell you what. And I'm going to tell you what. You think you're so big and bad tricking dumb people? How pathetic of a police officer or investigator are you? You have to play with dumb people to trick them into doing crimes? That's entrapment. When law enforcement tricks normal people that would not do a crime into doing a crime, or you offer them endless amount of money, shame on you. You want to be, I'll tell you what, you want to be a real investigator? Huh? You want to be a real officer? I'll tell you what. You want to play with a big bad cartel? You want to play with the big boys? Think you can handle it? You think you can handle it, bitch? You think you can play with the big cartel boys? Huh? Those people only lied. I threatened them. Huh? They lied. It was a game to them. I double dare you to walk into one of their churches, sit down and threaten one of them. Watch the hell come upon you that you have never seen in your life. See, I didn't even see her talk to him. Had no association. They're just lying behind my back as a little game for my ex-husband to date him while we were married. And they thought they could fool you with their little game they were playing. Why don't you go do it in person, bitch? Think you're big and bad enough? You want to play with the big bad boys of the cartel? Huh? Look what they did to me. They lied on me. I hope your head is really strong when they bash you in the back of the head. Make sure you live through it. Oh, I hope you like being drugged till you lose 70 pounds. You vomit till your stomach shifts up under your ribs. I hope you can handle being tortured, sweetie. Getting smothered till you passed out, drugged so you can't move, beat and raped until you have to go on bladder spasm medicine for 2 years. I hope you enjoy being human trafficked by strange men breaking in, attacking you in the room going dark, and they had beat and raped you. Next morning, you don't got enough money to even call off work. You had to go to work, drug, beat, and raped, and you couldn't even concentrate because you didn't have enough money to pay for even hardly food. You were starving. You want, huh? You want them to try to shoot you? See how fast you can slam, duck, swerve? Huh? You're not going to have the cops around you like I did to chase off their stalkers trying to grab you out of stores. Huh? You want to play with hell? You want to play with real criminals? I dare you to go in one of their churches, sit down and threaten one of them. They hired the drug cartel. You want hell upon you. You want to play with the big bad boys. You want to play with real criminals. I dare you. See, they just lied on me. See, I already told the FBI hotline. They said, well, how would you find out that they were threatening you? I said, I haven't even went to that church since '03. Well, actually, I visited in 2010 that 2 times, with Dave trying to find out why they made up stuff. I mean, I didn't go back. It scared me to death. I had horrible nightmares. Because they had pushed my kid to suicide. But do you realize I told them I was not part of their church in 15 years. Well, how would you find out? I told him, I said, well, that one girl works at that jewelry store. Huh? Sarah at Zales, her old manager and a coworker went to work with them. Yeah, I've known those ladies for years, and they came up how she leaving threats in the mall. I haven't been part of that church in 15 years. I have nothing to do with those people. I already told that FBI that. So when they were telling people I threatened them, they knew they were lying. See, that was their little game. Oh, she threatened me. And Dave's the one that makes it up to other women. The big man on campus, cheating on his wife. Was a game they played. Where I didn't go to their church. Their church, you were supposed to be excommunicated and kicked out if you commit adultery. And here, strange, is just opening marriages. Oh, if they found out in apostolic religion, they would not be allowed to be apostolic. They wouldn't even be allowed to be assemblies. Because they have more God in them and religion. Huh? And morals and ethics. Than to let such evil and foolishness happen in a church. I suggest, lady, where they're already talking. The next day after that, I was out in Alliance, and they were talking about arresting you. Where people, oh, they turned her back over to us. Do you really think the FBI would turn a federal investigation over to you? They wanted you to believe that so they could get your drug connections. Like the Maslin police officer said, we told everybody to stay out of this so we could get Bill's drug connections. They've been scamming that Bill from the Freemason to parade the cartel and all his drug connections in front of people. And in front of the cops under police surveillance. And there is a real FBI case. And don't be running around telling people, they just said they were going to open one. They didn't open it. So some cops feel bad and they keep an eye on it. They couldn't keep an eye on me. It'd be a felony invasion of privacy. There wasn't a real case. No one could. See, that's where I've talked to police, prosecutor's office, criminal attorney. Not even the FBI can be in your home, except for under a threat of life with statements and a court order. Without a conflict of interest. They have been playing these people like fools to get all their drug connections, and they got thousands. Saved hundreds of people that they took. Who do you think they were playing, honey? They were playing you and your stupidity. And that Bill from the Freemasons? Yeah. Cartel's tired of you. Good luck with that one. Yesterday I was up in Summit Mall. Some guy came upstairs and some girl was with him. Is that the one they're talking about? He said, yes. He said they had some doctor give a bunch of guys a bunch of drugs to go over there and drug her up and tell her to say stuff and beat and rape her. It's sick what's going on. It is sick. They already knew about him. A couple months ago in Alliance, and we all knew they were using that one guy to keep you drugged up there. See, they needed kinda. They actually didn't need it. They wanted it. You to confess that doctor was never one of mine, but worked for you and you lied. Like they said, when we get done with them, no one will ever say a word to her in her life. They already can't. I'm not that stupid. These people just run around lying. No one's allowed to help her. Well, who said that? Bill from the Freemason? Huh? In his little Rat Pack group that the cartel is even tired of? Just making up shit. Told you I went out to Rapika's office. Somebody needs to ask him about that lady that was out there. He talked to her. Because I heard that lady in the office. Well, they verified for Will, the doctor from before, what he taped her stating. And since they verified it for Will, like he's God, he's a con man. They already confessed repeatedly. That doctor was never one of mine before. They lied and he works for them and they were out there lying to that office. And we got agreement with law enforcement. They're lying every time. You know how you know when these people are lying? They open their mouth. That no one can help her and we won't say a word. Say a word, bitch. Double dog dare you. You had no right in my home. That's not my doctor, nor did I ever talk to him. And they made the dumbest mistake. They're so arrogant in their crimes, they sent a letter from an office to my doctor. They were reading the notes of some psychiatrist. Evaluated me on their own and a bunch of crazy crap. Never seen a psychiatrist. For them, I mean, like, my God, I don't even know who it is. Never met him. I don't have a psychiatrist, by the way. Never seen a psychiatrist for them. I never consented for treatment. I never even spoke to him. Never even knew about it. It's not my doctor and I don't have a psychiatrist. They need one. They're textbook crazy. I want you to think about that. They thought they were a smartass. Do you know it's illegal for a doctor to treat you without signed consent? It's a federal crime. It's a 10-year sentence. That's how dumb they are. Do you know if they touch you, it's assault and battery? 20? Do you know HIPAA of releasing any information on you to anyone is $1.5 million fine and another 10? How much could they not hire a doctor to tape me unaware and drug me up and tell me to say stuff? Like 30 years in federal prison. It's not my doctor. Yeah, definitely is not a psychiatrist. Well, I'm supposed to be a psychiatrist, but it's not mine. And I never talked to him. And I don't have one. But they actually know who did it. They sent a letter from an office that hired a psychiatrist on their own to evaluate her. That's a federal crime. It's a federal crime. It's right on Google. It's a federal crime. They can't hire. You know, the only one that can order you to have a psychiatric evaluation is a judge during a jury trial. Do you know the only thing you have to do is show up? Do you know you have the right to remain quiet? Do you have a right to an attorney? Do you know the only thing you have to do is show up there? You don't have to talk to them. By federal law, you don't have to even talk to them. You don't have to answer their question. You can sit there and play on your phone. Do you know the same with anger management? You don't have to participate. You just have to show up to the meetings. They don't have a right to have you evaluated. You can't evaluate somebody you never talked to, nor have you ever met. They wrote up a bunch of fraud and sent it to my doctor. How dumb are they? Huh? That they have the name of the office, the dirty attorney that's supposed to be involved, that's working with Bill from the Freemasons, and his dirty doctor, Jack the Ripper rapist, where take a drink out of a drink, the room would go dizzy and black. Wake up with injection marks. Huh? Never had these people in my home. They broke in and drugged me up. Told me to say stuff. How would you like to wake up with orange, lemon, grapefruit-sized bruises, severely infected, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, going to the doctor? What's wrong with me? Like people said, we bet the doctor thought Dave did it. That's why they didn't think of a rapist. Never seen, never talked. These people even admitted, no man talked to her. No, we used truth serum instead. No, they used a cocktail of drugs. You can't just break in and drug somebody up and tell them to say something stupid. You can't hire May 22nd, 25, Walmart West House. They came in. They hired a neuropsychiatrist to evaluate her. He said the way that he evaluates people, he drugs them up and tells them to say stuff. He frames them. Then tries to get it out of them. That office and that doctor is running drug scams on people on their own. Like they yelled out in Walmart West Tusk on May 22nd, 25. They can't do this. No. Why didn't you get arrested the first day? Maybe because you had the drug cartel around you. The big bad boys. See, I never seen her talk to anybody. Told you I'd take a drink out of a drink, the room would go dizzy and black. I'd wake up with injection marks, bruises, throwing up, heart racing, almost passing out, and severely infected. I thought the well water was giving me cancer. Told you I had 3 weird memories. I thought they were nightmares. The sound of footsteps. A white man's arm with a white dress shirt, gray pinstripe, and a syringe coming at me. And feeling like my back was being ripped to my chest and every cell in my body. Screaming in agony. Can't see, can't breathe. Thought they were nightmares. No, they were drug cases. Drug being right. Dar was roofied, taken from a bar, and she has this close to the same memory of screaming at the top of her lungs and nothing attached. U.S. Marshals got a kid got roofied twice. She moved out of this area for safety. She took a drink in the room, went dizzy and back at 2 different bars. Don't know what happened to her. Mike got roofied on in the corner apartment. He was trying to tell me he was a New York cop and thought it was pretty. Hold on. Oh, that's that idiot in my old apartment. Told you, my bed lays right by the back window. I'm laying here March 30th, 25. And they're out there helping fix the neighbor's vehicle. All of a sudden, I hear, I was in the office when they met with that agent. I'm like, oh, hell no. Looking out my window, watching the whole conversation. Oh, do you know the FBI showed up the next day? Got a tape of that idiot outside. Took them long enough to convince that church is sending out emails. Just like they showed up that they got that lady outside. And those dirty officers. FBI informant. They didn't pretend to open a case. They opened a real one. Where Maddie's friend, 2 hours away, his friend on the police department knew about my case. Real case, honey. Real case. Got a hold of U.S. Marshals. Did an 800 people sweep off the police surveillance with my case. Like they said, she was part of a really big bust. And you know what? Being an FBI informant, with Ron having that outside camera, they probably already had a quarter to hack into it, the FBI. Plus, they got their own button cameras outside. Cars bombed. But more than likely, my brother-in-law worked for the government. Made spyware. Worked under Dick Cheney at the Pentagon. For Karen, a monitor is a monitor. The government can see you through the TV if they wanted to. Don't ever forget that. It's very important you never forget. They really wanted to. They could even look through the TV and check on you. 1989. Main call TV's monitor. But cranked it. And where we all know about Google Earth, 1989, he talked about spy satellites looking down on your grill, watching what you're cooking. We're talking about the U.S. government. So more likely they already have a quarter to watch through Ron's camera. It's a cartel. So, I want you to think about that. Oh, they thought the FBI left. They tell people, no one's allowed to help her. Well, who told you that, Bill, from the Freemason pulling the big scam? The idiot in my old apartment that was in the office with that agent when they met with him? And they were scamming him? He was part of the big scam? Went around to the neighbors? Don't want to have to worry about her. We're living here. Shouldn't be worrying about me. I'm only the victim. Oh, they run around telling people, oh, she's got charges. She's charged, and then she says, they say horrible crimes, and people believe them. You know what I have? One traffic ticket. I just did another fingerprint background check. You know what come back? This person's fingerprints are sealed. You got a question? There's a 1-800 number. FBI informant. Yeah. What would you say to me? Why aren't you going down to the Stark County Courthouse to the Witness Protection Program? Oh, and looking up protected custody cases. Oh, I was out with my client in October, November 22. Went to Trinity Gospel. Investigators are in there. Some lady started working the case. Said, I found the protected custody case. Karen's okay anymore. The guy said, it's documented and verified the agent that returned a phone call from the FBI hotline was the one telling her on her for calling the hotline at that church before I talked to her. Oh, my Lord, and they walk out. I got my client home. He turned on FBI files. Protected custody cases. Sat up and looked at me like this. Karen, have you ever been part of one of those? I'm like, that's a personal question. He started chuckling. It's like a little discretion here, people. They sold the login. They don't care. Nobody cares. Like they said, they walked into an FBI office, confessed they were illegally monitoring her on their own. They already knew she called the FBI hotline. An agent told another church before he talked to her. Told hundreds of people, actually. Then these people sold the login in the case. Everybody knows. It don't matter what she says. Nobody cares what she says. You know why they want to keep me quiet? Because I put rationality in the videos of why they can't do this. Why it's illegal. They try this with you. You have rights. It's just a drug scam. Huh? A drug scam. Oh, yeah, because after March 30th, 25, do you know how many investigators showed up? We heard that idiot outside admit he was in there with those people defrauding that agent. You seen how I looked out that window? I heard him. You should have seen him yelling it for the neighbors to hear. It was bad. Then he went around telling the neighbors, "You ought to be worried she lives here." Oh, like the ladies in the other apartment building? The police already said that it was the drug dealers that did it to her. Nobody was to say a word. It was drug dealers. I know. Bill from the Freemasons, his dirty attorney friend and dirty doctor friend, and it was the drug cartel. Running drug scams. Officer Mark considers them cartel. Where it's big scam to get in. The drug cartel. And the drug cartel's tired of Bill. We all are. What they do to you is not my problem. Or my concern, like they said. What we do is not her problem and not her concern. She's out of this. It's a bit where they told you in Cuyahoga Falls, it's a big extortion ring. A big extortion ring doing this. They're trying to scam people out of money. Drugs and told us that. Fake doctors that aren't yours, but works for them and they lie on you. Set up a big scam to steal money from you. Huh? Oh, we got people to verify our scam where they offer them endless amount of money to help out and there's no money. They lie to them and trick them into helping out to get away with their scam. And you know what? You can't just say, "Hey, I'm verifying the roofie. I'm in it with the drugger." You actually have to have physical proof that a crime happened. Can't just say it. You can't just drug somebody up and tell somebody to say it. I don't care who the hell you are. Like they said, it's sick. Some doctor up there gave a bunch of people, a bunch of men, a bunch of drugs to go over and drug her up, tell her to say stuff, and beat and rape her. This whole thing is sick. Yeah. Do you know how many times, even when they were out there, a week ago, we want that agent to show up here and explain itself. He was supposed to turn her back over to us and not care what we did. And I heard a bunch of drug dealers got arrested off this. He tricked you. All he had to do was tell you he didn't care about me, sit back and let you parade your drug connections. The despicable act of some law enforcement turning women and children back over to drug dealers to get the drug dealers. Starr County Sheriff's at work, security at Faith Family Church. Worked my case. They all announced it. Judge Peters' group from Florida was at Faith Family Church. Some of them were impersonating FBI hurting me and Portage County Sheriffs. And the other ones that they were from Florida and they worked for Judge Peters. Michelle was with them. My friend Tess seen him there. Keith Shapiro seen him there. 3,000 people, including the Starr County Sheriffs, including selling the log into the case. You wanted me in the witness protection program. You want to put a spin on this? You wanted me in the witness protection program. I have witnesses all over the place. They sold the login. They made everybody witness to this, of these people's evil crimes. They sold the login. Wanted people to believe they could do this to us. Where that guy was out there. Now, they already admitted years ago they drugged me and told me to say it. It's already documented. Officer Mark's been assigned to me since 18. Documented and verified. I was framed before. He considers Bill and all them cartel. Was a cartel in my home before. They seen him. They consider them cartel. It's documented and verified. Another woman used her insurance, and that was a medication that made her sick before. August of 23. It's documented. FBI case. Just like it's documented that Melissa's kids are documented. Mean Gamers That Pretend. Just like they already told you, what? They found me innocent of everything years ago. Years ago. My whole family defended me. And these people admitted they drugged me and told me to say it before, photoshopped everything, and made everything up on me. Years ago. But that idiot in my apartment, I was in that office with that agent. When they met with that agent, where that church is sending out emails, asking people to show up and harass her or to harm her. Our religious group was there from the beginning. Where said she's seen one of those people that were part of the case following her. It was one of our religious group. They went in Carl's attorney's office. He's a fake law enforcement. His religious group impersonated law enforcement. We've been there from the beginning. When they met with that agent, and he asked her about that doctor. She said she didn't know who he was. And that doctor had her taped. It's filthy. It used to make me vomit when I found out how they played with me. Filthy. They had to tell me what they did to me. Or run and have diarrhea. And since she said she didn't know who he was, he turned her back over to us and said he didn't care what we did to her. Like he's so big and bad. Oh, the FBI showed up the next day. It took them long enough to confess that church is sending out those emails. And we have that idiot outside. just like when they showed up with that lady saying about getting Dixie and Melissa arrested. They're planning on arresting that lady. She does that. For interfering in an FBI case. Sweetie, they're planning on putting you in jail. Like I said, you want to play with the big bad cartel? You actually think you're big and bad? Do you think you can trick people into doing crimes? And pathetic dumb people? You want to be a real investigator. You want to be a real officer. I dare you to play with the cartel. You want them to come upon you. I dare you to walk in one of those churches. I dare you to threaten one of them. And then see if you live. Or you survive. Or they hire the cartel. I'm lucky to be alive. And I didn't even talk to them. They just lied on me. Just lied. You want to play with world criminals? I dare you. Don't be pathetic. And play with dumb people. Oh, the FBI's planning on putting you in jail. They announced that in the interfering in an FBI case. Oh, they just pretended to open a case. No, they opened a real one. Absolutely. And the FBI's been around me the whole time. Whole time. You know, Officer John? I found out through sheriffs. He's not actually an officer. He's an agent. The two young guys that remind you of my son Joshy? Work in the Belton office. They're not officers, they're agents. I'm pretty sure probably Officer Mark is an agent too. For she doesn't realize who's who around her. It's an FBI case. Sheriff's South Watch. But they said we all know they opened an informant case with her. They have a South Watcher. There's a real court order, honey. Witness protection program. Like Walter Moss used to work at the Stark County Prosecutor's Office. Karen, you're not only in a witness protection program. Informants are different. You stay yourself and feed them information, but you're a threat in an attempt to lie case. You can never get out of protected custody. The rest of your life, you get the money for working your case, and only for working your case. That agent can't put restrictions on it. It's for risking your life to get him information. He can't even got the authority to ask anybody to stay quiet. He's only a police officer. Freedom of speech, it takes a judge. A judge. In a jury trial. No judge could sign it. They go to jail. He can't make up his own restrictions. It's for getting them information only. It's only bullying. Sheriff David Mike DeWine's cousin said the same thing. Criminal attorney. The police I talked to. He was only bullshitting the bullshitters. Okay? To act as stuff.